Hey guys, it's Save Smokey here, and I thought I'd make another video about this really cool team that I've been using and I found, and that's kind of my thing. I like making really unique teams. The game's really cool. It's got a lot of options, and so yeah, I thought I would take you through my team here. I call Koko Fury, or well, that's unofficially named Jellyfish and Friends. Okay, so yeah, so the team here is let's go take a look at our composition. So we run Kokomi, Furina, Fischl, and Sucrose on this team, and it's a kind of an electro-charged team, and they synergize super well together. And so I'll kind of take you through what the rotation looks like right here. So you're throwing out Kokomi's jellyfish, and you'll throw out Furina's pets, jellyfish and friends, and our other friend here with Fischl, and we'd be using Furina's burst with that, and then swirl them all together with Sucrose here. Throw out her burst, get a bunch of stuff, and then start throwing water, Kokomi, which does a bunch of healing and does a bunch of damage, and yeah, it's everything that you want, at least for this team. So then let's get into it. Yeah, I mean, we can take a look at Kokomi here. We'll take a look at her stats. Not a ton going on with her crit and crit damage, obviously, but a little bit of healing bonus, a little bit of energy recharge. She could use a little bit more. You'll see her burst is a little bit short sometimes. It's a little close, but it's okay. And then the star of the show here kind of is the Hakushin ring. When you do an electro reaction, you get a 20% elemental damage bonus. I believe this applies to the party members that are involved, so that boosts the whole team damage a lot, especially with all those electro reactions that are going to be happening, which happens a lot. So this is a good weapon for her, especially with the energy recharge. It's just it's perfect, and it's not really used often for other people as far as I know, and it's kind of a rare weapon. You have to do a quest for it in Inazuma, so I really like that, and it's really kind of cool. Something kind of cool for Kokomi. But then again here, let's take a look at her artifacts. So we're running the Ocean Hued Clam set, and all that does give a healing bonus, but its main function here is to do damage based on the healing that Kokomi is doing. So yeah, it's a long description here, but essentially, as we do damage or we do healing, it'll pop some damage, some regular damage over time, which is good. A little bit more damage for the team makes her a little bit more useful. You can see she's got a little bit of elemental mastery here too, on top of everything, which will increase her damage. And then we don't have any constellations, so we can go through that. And then her talents here again, not a super ton of investment with her talents. Oh yeah, but then we never looked through her artifacts, right? So let's look at her stats here. We're looking for mostly like elemental mastery, or actually we're looking for HP first, and elemental mastery and energy recharge. So got a good bit of HP and elemental mastery here. We got a little bit of crit damage, not helping us. This one's kind of useless. A little bit of HP. We got elemental mastery sands. This one's got great energy recharge and some HP percent, so that's not a bad piece. Looking at the goblet here with some HP, we got energy recharge, a little HP, really not that special, but it is on set. And then our last piece of HP with the crit damage, energy recharge, HP, elemental mastery, all good stats, not great rolls, too much crit damage, we don't need that. Kokomi's not using that. So that's our build for Kokomi, and then next up we'll take a look at Furina. Take a look at her attributes while we're here. No elemental mastery, which would be really nice on her, but we gotta focus on this energy recharge. It's very important. Very important, her energy recharge. So, gotta take some sacrifices somewhere. A little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage here, 50 and 100. I mean, not the worst, but it's a good ratio, at least proper ratio. We'll take a look at her weapon, and this is the Fluvsandra Ferryman. It's the fishing weapon from Fontaine. Refinement rank 5 gives it a pretty decent bonus to crit rate and energy recharge, so it's a great alternative to Favonius, which you may not have that many of, and it works really well on her as long as your energy recharges gets up there. So with the 45% that's on it, and this everything, it's been doing well enough, but you definitely have to be careful. It's not something that just slots in automatically. But then, yeah, let's get to her artifacts here. We're using the Golden Troop set, which increases the elemental skill damage, and additionally more when she's not on field, which she often isn't. So that's very, very good. Probably her best in-slot set for most teams. But then, yeah, let's get in here and take a look at our actual stats on some of these. So when building Furina with this set, at least for me, we're doing a lot of HP. It's mostly HP. Our stats scale up HP, so that's pretty standard. And then we'll be looking for, yeah, whatever elemental mastery we can get in crit stats. So the HP and crit, I mean, this is actually a pretty decent flower for her. And then with our feather here, you know, some decent crit rate, a little energy recharge. Not complaining about that. A decent bit of flat HP. Let's see, energy recharge sands here. Good HP, decent percentage, more crit damage, bad defense, we don't need that. Good crit damage, a little crit rate, some more HP on the HP goblet, which is on set. That's kind of nice. Good roll for an on set. And then again, also more HP on the hat with some crit stats, some energy recharge. So, you know, our stats are pretty well focused, but again, not a ton of levels. These are only 20s and 16. If you remember Kokomi, as we looked at, I didn't mention it, but we still only have plus 16s on all of our artifacts. So again, not going too crazy with the investment. I barely worked on this team, to be honest. But we also do have 2 constellations on Furina, which make a big difference. If you're aware, the first constellation increases the fanfare that she gets when you use her burst, and the limit goes up. And so if you look at her talent, her burst, you'll see that when she uses her burst, when the HP goes up and down from anyone on the team, then you get a pretty substantial damage bonus. And it also I believe it increases Furina's HP, but that's when you're using our second constellation, which is also very good because it increases the amount of fanfare points that you're getting when that HP goes up and down, increasing damage faster, and also with this additional bonus, increasing Furina's max HP, which is again boosting the damage. So more damage, and more damage. And then if we get here to her talents, you'll see that, yeah, again, not crazy investment. These 8s are good, but we definitely want to get these to 10. I mean, they're really very good. When you increase this, the the ratio goes up, means more damage. And that's Furina. And then next up we've got Fischl, who is actually doing pretty decent. We've got a little bit of elemental mastery, 411. That's nothing to laugh at. Bad crit ratio, decent enough crit damage stats, but yeah, I mean, nothing maybe we can do about that. Doesn't really care about energy recharge, so we can get right into her weapon, which is got elemental mastery on the base stat there, or sorry, the sub stat for the stringless. Refinement rank 5, got tons of these. These are really great for her, especially with the elemental skill and elemental burst damage. It's a hard to beat weapon for Fischl, especially if you need a 4-star. So it's not free to play. I think you gotta get this one from a banner, but very good. Get your hands on that one. And then we can take a look at her artifacts. She's kind of built similarly to Furina, as that she's focused on her elemental skill damage, making the Golden Troop set another really great option for her, one of her best. And but for her, we're mostly looking for crit stats and attack. So we'll see here on this one, I've got a little bit of crit and some other junk HP and defense. On our attack, on our feather here, you know, we'll see like we got crit damage, get a little bit of elemental mastery, the energy recharge not helping us here. You know, these are not amazing pieces by any means. A little elemental mastery from the sands, and they got the AR and attack, 10% attack. I mean, that's okay. It's not bad. Some more elemental mastery, energy recharge, crit damage, crit rate, and attack here, and then more HP. Yeah, again, like not very impressive pieces for Fischl, but it certainly gets the job done. And you know, I've got her C6, so that's pretty important also, I think, for this team. I mean, maybe not important, but it really increases the damage a lot, because all these are basically increasing damage. So when Fischl does attacks, she's going to do a little bit more damage. And then this one increases their burst damage. This one increases her skill damage. This one increases her burst damage when you are using it, and also gives her a heal, which I didn't know about, which is neat. This is increasing her burst. And then finally, the most important one here, the C6, increasing Oz's time and also giving more attack from Fischl, which is great. We love that. And then finally we get down to her talents, and I do have her Knight Rider skill at level 9, which is definitely helping a lot. It's pretty much all that matters here. Burst, I think it only just gives a little bit of damage to, like, when you activate, so leveling it up, so it's not really doing a whole lot, but getting this one to 10 is something I think I'm gonna do. If we do that, we get, yeah, pretty decent bonus here. So throw that in there later, and then I'll come to the, we'll round this out with Sucrose here. Again, the Sucrose's stats aren't crazy, but this Elemental Mastery is 807. That's pretty high, and again, crit damage, not really worried about that. We've got this energy recharge here, though, which is pretty important, and she's going to need a little bit more of that. I've been working on her. The other three have been built for a while. I just got Sucrose up to 80, so she still needs a little more attention, especially, like, so I've got her sack frags. It's only level 70, to remind, refinement rank 4, but that's okay. That's not really changing the team too much. The refinement rank 5 will make a big difference, though, because it will make this weapon more consistent, because you really do want to get those 3 skills off with Sucrose here, as it gives her a ton of energy for her burst, and if you want to get that burst every time, it's really important. So sack frags is probably one of the best options, even just for energy purposes, because you do get the 3rd cast on her skill. But then, yeah, we'll get down to her artifacts, and these I've been working on for a long time and finally got something that works for her, and they're still not great. I've had really terrible luck, but with the Viridescent Venerer set, it's going to be reducing their elemental resistances to the swirled elements, which is very powerful, especially since we can swirl both the Electro and Cryo pretty easily, or sorry, the Electro and Hydro on this team very easily. So typically using Sucrose. I do have Kazuha, but I'm using Sucrose over Kazuha because of the speed usually in the comfort. So if when you use Sucrose here, you can use her skill, and then you can dash cancel to cast all 3 of them very quickly, whereas Kazuha takes a little bit more time. But anyways, so this flower is pretty decent. We're looking for Elemental Mastery and Energy Recharge pretty much exclusively here. So a little bit on this this flower, which is great. And then on our feather here, again, more Elemental Mastery, good rolls, good, a little bit of Energy Recharge. Don't really need this critter attack, which is unfortunate. But this Elemental Mastery, Sans is like the 2nd one I've ever gotten out of all of my Sans that I've done for Viridescent Venerer, and so the stats are absolutely terrible, but at least we have it. I mean, Kazuha's got one too with some crit stats and attack, but doing nothing for Sucrose, so it's fine. At least we've got the main stat. And then our goblet here, again, another Elemental Mastery piece, but this is from the Cryo set. It was one of my better pieces. At least it had the Energy Recharge on it, which is really important. Because I'm still a little low with Sucrose, so if we level these up and get another Energy Recharge roll, we should be in good shape. And then, again, so we've got another Elemental Mastery hat. I had to craft this one because I had spent so long just trying to get to that. I only have one other one. Same with the Sans. I had only got 2 Elemental Mastery Sans, 2 Elemental Mastery hats. And the first one is not even as good as this new one, which has good Energy Recharge on it. It's some crit rate. But then, yeah, I mean, Sucrose has got C6. This is great. You know, the extra skill charge, the extra level up, or sorry, this is the increased time of her burst, and then the extra level up for her skills. Finally, we've got another, this is making it so that her skill time, like the recharge time on her skill goes down as you throw in charged attacks, and you usually have enough time to throw in at least 1 charge attack, so that's good. Then level up for her burst, and finally the elemental damage bonus for whatever is absorbed. So that's another huge bonus that we can stack together with all these other things, between the Hakushin ring, between Fischl's constellations and her damage and all this, all the elemental reactions. Just adds up to be quite a bit without needing too much. And then, yeah, Sucrose's talents are absolutely just in the garbage right now. But we'll get there. We're certainly getting there. probably today. But that's it. So that's what we got. That's our team. That's this Koko Fury, or unofficially Jellyfish and Friends. Bam. All right. Well, let's go take a look at how she performs. This is actually a lot of fun. I love playing this team. It's just free. It's just free. Let's go fight our friend the dragon over here. Okie dokie. Go ahead and fly in. This is Jellyfish and Friends. Jellyfish, green stuff, Fischl skill, cancel the Sucrose, we got a burst in there, there we go, and another burst in the Just attack, look at all those numbers. They're not crazy, but they add up. And he's dead. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Alright, well, let's take a look at another boss here, I suppose. Let's go take a look at Arlecchino. It's a pretty decent fight. One of the harder ones, as I recall. But yeah, if you think that team damage is pretty good for this investment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this team.
Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid? Is it my turn now? With these rising flames!
Don't hurt Sucrose.
Now that's more like
a little low on energy, but look at the burst.
Closer now.
Alright.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory. Is it my turn? Spare your energy. Running is
No.
Is it my turn now?
Not right.
The countdown has arrived. Like a fly tangled in a web.
Bye-bye. Phase 2. And phase 2.
My blade is all that remains.
Go. Oh my god. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Got somebody said one.
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. Sometimes it's only the beginning.
She's still dead. She's still dead. I'm not saying I'm the sweatiest fighter, but I'm saying that this team just killed Arlecchino, and all I had to do was a couple clicks. And I guess we can go fight Raiden too. Raiden's a good example as well. Think we could single phase her if we're really good. Even with our half potato team. Let's take a look. Alright, here we go.
Thunder! Your verdict is decided. This one, the fleeting shadow. Absurd! Illusions are but distractions.
More energy for Sucrose. big damage. Straight in knuckle.
Absurd! This
Dang it.
spark is
Didn't make
eternal.
it a single thing. Not doing amazing. Oh my god, that's great.
Follow my
Sucrose. Yeah.
Witness the final calamity.
Well, we still almost won today's turn. Without even trying.
Follow my blade.
I do like it a little bit because it's so flexible. It's a little bit more flexible, right?
Eternity is in my hands.
Killed her. Let's go. We did it. Alrighty. That was sweet. Alright, well, that was Jellyfish and Friends. It's a pretty fun team. I think I like it a lot. It's mostly just a big damage team. Not a lot of mobility, not a lot of anything fancy. It's just kind of everything kind of works together. Everybody works together, good synergy, good damage, pretty easy, and I think it should be pretty easy to build. So let me know if you think you might try putting this team together. If you have any other weird team ideas, that's kind of where I'm at right now. There's tons of teams out there everybody knows about, very common meta teams. But there's tons of other little teams out there that people may not be using that are really fun, and that's kind of I think where I'm going to be focusing my videos on as time goes on. I'm kind of at the point where I got a lot of good characters, and within the next month or two they should be pretty well built, and I can start messing around with other interesting teams and trying to find fun, interesting teams for you guys to try out or inspire maybe you to come up with your own team. So if you do have a team or something else that's a little bit more interesting or unique, I'd love to see it, and throw it in the comments. Tell me what you think about this team, and if you like these kind of videos, if you want to see more like kind of unique teams, in-depth like reviews of characters, things like that from me, put that in the comments too. Anything that you want to see, I can make. So I'm happy to do so, and I'll be continuing to put out videos like this probably for a little bit here and see how things go. But yeah, I appreciate your support. If you want to see this channel grow, you got to give those videos some likes and subscribes, and just watching the video does quite a bit for the channel as it is, so I very much appreciate that. And I hope you have a good day, and appreciate you watching the video. Thanks again.